Welcome back to the Watch Her Work Show. We are here
Hello.
after what seems like a month break. It's probably been like 2 weeks. Here we are. Hi, Kelsey.
Hey, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a Tuesday. It
It
feels like
is.
a Thursday already. That's fine.
It's the weirdest. It's been the weirdest. I feel like we just had a show, but it has been a couple weeks. So much
Yeah.
has happened in that time, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, we are here.
We're
Cups
doing our
up.
own shout out.
Ready
Oh
to
my
go.
God, where's the
You gotta
camera
get
at? There you go.
our
Put it in front
off-brand
of the
solo
camera.
cups, everybody. Neither one of us have actual solo cups. Um,
No. And I told this to Kelsey.
there's nothing in mine yet, but
Whatever is going on with Hy-Vee grocery stores across the Midwest, y'all need to sell your solo cups in not 200 count packs. Like it's not tailgate season every day, but that's wild.
sometimes you just message someone on Discord and say, we need one solo cup and you need to have it in the next 20 minutes. And we made it happen, folks. Here we are, ready to roll. Of course, paying homage to Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, who took us through the NCAA Women's Final Four and championship game. What a great time.
That's right. Let's see who we have with us.
Yeah.
We got Rowdy Rod, the rowdiest of rods, who's great. We got Mac Attack. We got Rowdy Rod again. We're running low. We're running low on folks.
Get in
Folks
here,
better
guys.
start showing up. We got giveaways. We got stuff to hand out. This number is coming up.
Here we go. Oh, you did it. Go ahead.
I did it. Jaren, Garen, hard G, soft G. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you, man.
Yeah, you let us know.
Yeah, let us know. There's a lot happening in the league. There's a lot happening in women's basketball as a whole.
Yeah, we are just about a month out from the start of the season.
Yep.
May
We're
6th.
a week out.
Counting down the days. We are just a few days away from WNBA draft. We are a day out, I guess 2 days out from the NCAA Women's Championship. So it is a good time for women's basketball.
That's right. Oh, we got folks coming
There we
in.
go.
Ricardo, Orion.
Guys.
We got a Twitch game.
Twitch viewer. Hello and welcome. We love to see it.
Oh, hell yeah. That's great. All right. I have a hype. This is just as Kelsey said, this is an exciting time for the league. And I saw so many flippin' content creations out of like Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, just pulling clips out of the Goat Cast with Sue Bird and Taurasi. Yeah. There was a great story about what Gino was saying about what they had to say and how he wasn't interested in it. You know, we are
Gino,
in
man,
good...
he arguably star of the weekend in some ways. Not to take away from the women at all, but Gino had some great quotes about his players and about Sue and Diana. Yeah. And so fun to just hear. I wished the whole time I was like more basketball talk, which is funny that you're watching a game and you have sort of this other element to it that you don't normally get. And I just wanted their insights on the game. And so I loved when they kind of went insider UConn for us and told us like, hey, this is what they're running. And do you feel like you could fit into this offensive scheme right now? And what are you noticing? What do you see? And who would make it in the league? Like I wanted more of that. So
yeah. And just to
so
couple
fun.
that with like dick jokes from
TT. I gotta say though, the first time it happened, I thought it was very funny. And I was like, she's been waiting to say that. The championship stream, you could tell she was sort of trying to work it in again. And I was like, it's okay. You did it. And you did it well. And it's that moment is going to be on the internet forever. And so if you aren't able to get a joke in there again, that's fine. That's fine.
the moment has almost passed. Yeah.
There's plenty of clips. But they were very fun.
The clip on Kelsey Plum's face when DT said that, whatever time they said, and just like the realization, just the moment of her face, her eyes
I almost felt like they knew it was happening a half a second before she said it. Like, I think
Yeah.
both of them were like, "She's gonna do it." And and as it happened, I appreciated so much I said this to Mike when we watched it. I appreciated so much that both Kelsey and Sue just, like, let it happen. They didn't after she said it, they just sat in the silence for a couple seconds, and they were like, "Yep." Like, just let it hang in the air, and I was like, "There's a world in which Sue's, like, tries to make that a real comment, and is like, 'Yeah, the length of that team is just incredible,' and, like, just sort of brushes over it." But I loved that they were like, "Nope, yep, you said it. We're gonna just take it in for a minute there, and
We're leaning
commercial
in
break. Here
hard
we go."
on it. Yeah.
They did. They let it, they let it simmer. It was very
I mean,
fun.
if you're a producer and you give kind of the keys to Sue Bird and say you're the adult in the room, like this is what happened is what you expect, and all
You're
for
the
all the
adult in the
best
room, and you
reasons.
guys get to drink during this broadcast.
Right. Um, so for the actual like basketball portion of this,
Yeah.
um, like the elite eight games that we got,
Yeah.
UConn, NC State,
Yes.
I think even
I,
just
like,
like
forget about that
Michigan.
game.
No, Michigan, Louisville, some of these like intense games,
Mhm.
we were given such a gift in the 3 games that we got to watch over the weekend. Was
Yeah.
there for you, was there of those games, was there a favorite? Was there a favorite moment? Was there something in that that just felt,
I
this is
had such a
peak
good time.
basketball? Yeah.
I loved it. I loved was it I'm, like, getting my games confused now. NC State was the triple overtime game
Hmm.
with UConn. That I thought
Yep.
was so much fun. That game was
Yep.
incredible. Did not I always think I'm gonna root against UConn, and then I find myself rooting for them every
Yep.
time. Like, I always think I'm gonna be like, "This is the year," that I'm like, "No, give it to someone else. UConn's been dominant forever." Like, it's Stanford's turn, it's whoever's turn, and I was rooting for UConn the whole tournament. They had no business. I mean, of course, they had business being there. They made it there. They did incredible.
Yeah.
When I was making my bracket, I was like, "This is some of the first games they're all going to play together." Like, they have not had very many reps as a full healthy team. And then
Hmm.
even then they were missing I'm blanking on her name, but they still weren't fully healthy.
Yep.
Like, and I just couldn't believe it. And it was so fun to watch. Playoff page is a sight to see. I thought that was pretty incredible. But yeah, I think South Carolina deserved it. I think they've been number one all year. They're such a dominant team. When I make brackets for both, I didn't make a men's bracket this year, but when I generally make brackets, if I'm not sure which team to pick, the stat I'll go for is offensive rebounds. I feel like that would have been a foolproof strategy this year
Yep.
with South Carolina. Your offensive rebounding team won beautifully. So that was really
Hmm.
fun. I think standout moment though, Destiny Henderson's performance on Sunday night was incredible, and she was so fun to watch.
Incredible.
And it was really cool to see a senior have that kind of game on that kind of stage, and to be, you're hearing Aaliyah Boston, you're hearing Paige Beckers, you're hearing AZ Fudd, like you're hearing all these other names, and then for Destiny Henderson to have the game she had, I thought that was really, really cool.
Do you think from that game, she did a lot of that, what she did the game before, the you're going to get ferocious defense.
Yeah.
She's going to hit open corner threes.
Hmm.
Do you think just her expertise in that, what she was able to demonstrate in really high profile games, does she become a first round draft pick, you think, out of that?
So here's what's hard is that I don't have I'm such like a elite eight. I'm locked in now
Yeah.
basketball watcher. And so I
Hmm.
try to catch women's games throughout the year and college games just because these college players are so fun.
Hmm.
And I'm keeping up with, some of the bigger names. I'm hearing those storylines. Like, I'm always sort of locked into the Caitlin Clarks, the Aaliyah Bostons, the Ayoka Lees. Like, I'm going to hear about those people. But in terms of this year's draft class, like, I feel like I know much more about the next couple coming up. And
Yep.
so I don't really have a good sense of the class as a whole. I really like Emily Engstler. I think she's really fun, and I know she's in this year. I think
Yeah.
she's not projected to go to like 4 or 5, but
Mhm.
because of my small sample size of games, I'm like, nope, she should go earlier. Um, I think Destiny, I think she will go higher in the draft as a result of her performance. I think there is
Yeah.
definitely a recency bias there. I think like kind of what Diana was saying that like if you watch these girls play, there's certain players you can tell will be able to play at the WNBA level based on like the style of their game, how they perform in those big
Mhm.
moments. And I think that Destiny was like, I'm a baller. Like I can ball. And like I
The
think that that's
confidence
gonna yeah.
was
And
just
I think
there.
that makes the difference and it shows that she works hard. It shows that she shows up in those big moments. And I think that's those to me are like the things you can't teach.
Mhm.
And that's like that sort of that kind of extra piece to a player that if you
Yeah.
see that, you're like, okay, great, they have it. Now I know they have it. Um it um I'm blanking. It'll come back to me. She's reminding me of the Arizona player. She was drafted. What's her name?
Ari McDonald?
Yes, she reminds me of Aaron
Yes.
McDonald
Mhm.
and how she had a
Oh,
really
that's a
great run.
great comp. I don't
Yeah,
know
so
why I
like
didn't think of
I
that. Yeah.
yeah, so I feel like Ari had a really great Final Four run with Arizona, and so I
Mhm.
do feel like that helped her draft prospects. So I can see Destiny in a similar situation there.
Oh, man, now I'm just like the the line is right there, and yeah, okay, now I'm
Right, like
now
that
if I'm
standout player
redrafting.
who
Yep,
wasn't talked about all year. I think Ari
yep.
had a little bit maybe more attention
Mhm.
because I do think she may have been the best player on that Arizona team. I'm
Yeah.
forgetting if there was another kind of name
Mhm.
um, were sort of fed that season, but that's what it
Yeah.
reminded me of.
Yeah, and I think I mean, for my end, the basketball was, outside of, the Stanford UConn kind of first half where it was such a
Mhm. Oh, that game
slugfest.
was so slow.
Oh my god,
And not for
and
any good reason. Like they just
no.
both teams played bad for a while.
Mhm.
Um,
And
yeah.
I will not, for the life of me, I will watch that game over and over. I won't actually do that, but I could watch that game over and over, and I
Mhm.
will never understand why, um, Stanford went away from their big. They
Yeah.
went away from Cameron Brink, that's who it was.
Cameron
Um,
Brink. Yeah.
Cameron Brink was just
He's so
all
good.
over the paint. UConn lost their bigs, and when you got Cameron on the post and she's able to just because she is 6'4", but her wingspan is 6'8",
Yeah.
ridiculous, my god. And she's able to kind of shoot it over both shoulders, just like keep feeding her the ball. I know Haley Jones is really good, but
Yeah,
wow.
Haley Jones is she does something different for that team though, and it's really kind of incredible what she's been able to pull off in the last
Yeah.
couple seasons. But you look at like stats from that game and nobody was shooting
Mhm.
well. I think
Yeah.
Lexi and Lacey Hull, like I don't think they score. I think between the two of them, they had like 4 points, maybe. I forget what
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
actual it ended up being. It may have honestly been less than that. Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, on both sides, that game just
Mhm.
was not. Yeah,
Yeah,
was not
and I
very good.
think
And I think, yeah,
though the thing that I think the one kind of lasting thing for me too is just and you mentioned, Emily Engstler for, sort of out of the entire Final Four, she's one of the only folks, who's, in that top 5 conversation for draft picks, this year, which I have a question on that. I'm gonna remind me
yeah,
before I get too far on the line, but what she gave in just every game, and if you watch any of the games, you know the story, like, she transferred from Syracuse. Syracuse in the last year got a whole lot of news for being a super toxic program. And she showed up to Louisville. She lost 40 pounds, completely
yeah.
remade her body, completely got a new, just reinvented her entire basketball career. And if you watch Louisville, they are pressed, they are attack, they are just
They're
energy all the
fun.
time. They give
They
everything.
are
And Haley Van
fun.
Lith, you could just
Oh my
watch and
god.
want on your team.
HBL.
Yeah, just that
Yeah,
Kobe saw that in her, that he actually saw Mamba mentality. And I'm not, I don't drink from the fountain of sort of like that Kobe mom mentality stuff. Um, but for her, it's for real. But in the Emily Inksler gave the same thing, and you just saw with her, just her emotions, her body language, what that game meant to her when she fouled out in sort
Yeah.
of their last game. It was so powerful, and that relationship that Louisville had with their coach, their head coach, that was special. So that was super cool.
Yeah, that team was cool. I really wish that game against South Carolina had been more
Mhm.
competitive, but I mean,
Yeah,
South Carolina is just so good. Like it's pretty wild to think because Louisville was also a number one ranked team,
yeah, yeah.
and that's how that game went against South Carolina. That you
Right.
can you can be ranked number one in your respective divisions, and that's what that looked like.
Yeah. And
South
just, I mean,
Carolina is so good.
just Louisville wants to play like South Carolina, but South Carolina is South Carolina for a reason,
Yeah,
and that was
yeah,
so evident in that game. Do
yeah.
we want to get Rowdy Rod has two things in here that I
Yes.
want to get to, and I think we can talk about this a little bit later, but I don't want to like totally ghost him. We are both you and I are free, our team free Brittany Griner. We
Yeah,
hope I think about this every day, and I hope only the best for
yeah.
her safety and her ability to get back. And the other important question, what are we drinking in the cups?
I
Now, the Taras, did they say? I heard speculation online that it was like Budweiser hard seltzer they were drinking.
That's really
Did they
funny.
confirm?
I have not seen that.
Okay.
I don't know what was in there. I don't imagine it could have been very strong given they
Hmm.
seemed fine. Um,
Amazing.
they also weren't, like, taking a lot of sips of it. I will
You were
say,
making dick jokes on
I
live
thought
TV.
Megan
Are you
Rapinoe
fine?
but that's just DT. That's not
Okay.
drunk
Yeah,
DT.
that's fair.
I
Mhm.
honestly would venture to guess a month out from the start of the season, they're not drinking alcohol very much. They were
Yeah, that's
probably
fair.
like, "Yeah, we'll indulge, but, like, I'm not gonna get drunk because the season starts." Like,
Right.
they have actual training programs now, they told us. Um, yeah, that would be really funny. The
I
idea of a
got
Budweiser seltzer is hilarious
I
to
know.
me.
I got Cloud Jumper, a New England style pale ale from Pint Nine Brewing in
I
southeast Nebraska. So
they
sponsor us, you
I
cowards.
stopped at just, like, a bodega to get the red cups, and so I wanted something that I could just get one of, so I got a, like, Paloma in a
Oh,
can. It looked beautiful.
that is beautiful.
Crook and Marker.
Okay, so
Organic super grain alcohol, I guess.
whoa, super grain.
Super grain. Yeah.
There's probably just like, I mean, that sounds healthy.
Grapefruit lime flavor made with tequila.
There you go. That was my next question. Is Paloma's tequila or is it mezcal? Is
It's
it one or
tequila
the
and
other?
grapefruit.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
Jägermeister
god.
Tuesday.
Oh my god. I did the same thing. Sorry, I gotta stop clicking.
I
Jägermeister
will not be
Tuesday.
participating. There is I mean, I won't say there's no amount of money you could pay me to participate in a Jägermeister Tuesday, but, it'd be a high dollar amount.
There,
Be a
yeah,
high
those
dollar.
days
The
are long
only
since past.
time I've ever thought Jägermeister tasted okay, and I will venture to say good here,
Mhm.
is that my college bar would put just a test tube shot worth, which is less than an actual shot. I think it's, like, probably almost half, maybe 3/4 if you're
Yeah.
lucky,
I don't think they
in,
charge
like
you half.
a couple inches of Abita root beer.
Mhm.
Called it a boot bomb. The bar is the boot. If you're ever in New Orleans, I wouldn't necessarily go. You're probably all older than like the college bar vibe, but they have a great happy hour. So if you go early enough in the day, or you find like a nice Wednesday situation, you can order a boot bomb, and it's Jaeger and a Abita root beer, and you don't taste the Jaeger very much. So that would be my recommendation for how to drink Jaeger.
Ricardo is just gonna run laps around all of us. Oh my gosh. I just love the relationship of Abita to New Orleans. That's great.
Mm.
Um, and
That's
I
what I was
will
looking for tonight, but
yeah.
they didn't have it in there. Sometimes they will have them in like the little stores around, which is always nice, but not today.
And look at that. We're cool. I'm
Cool's in
screenshotting.
quotes though,
Yeah.
which I also think is right. Like we're cool. We're not
Yeah.
cool, but we're cool.
Yeah. No, I
That feels
100% can vouch. All my
that
students can
feels.
vouch. Daughter can vouch.
Yep.
And welcome in
There we
Perfect
go.
Cereals.
I see
We're getting all
Borland
the
in there.
folks.
Sorry, late arrival. Better late than never. Glad to
That's
have you
all
here.
right. You're here. We're happy to have you.
Here you made it.
So my question was that I wanted to get back to is do you feel less excited about this upcoming WNBA draft, considering that the Final Four maybe only had one or two folks who are going in the first round, and the real stars like Paige, Alia Boston, we're not going to see them in the league for at least 1 year.
Yeah. I would, yeah. That's also a question I have. Do we think I think Paige can go, one of them can go earlier. I think it's Paige.
Okay.
I'm still excited for this draft class. I'm just always curious to see like who teams pick up and how they round out. And then like more than that, I'm curious like then how they do their first year, how much they play their first year. Like I think Sabrina was super hyped up as being like the thing that was going to fix New York. And then got hurt, obviously. So like that first year didn't really affect it. But like I think a big difference between the WNBA and the NBA is that a lot of times these players get drafted and then they could very well start. Like because there's so few roster spots, like if you get one of them, you're going to probably play, especially if you're one of the big names coming out of the draft. I don't know who in this draft would be a potential starter. Again, I just like don't know them well enough. But that, if you have any thoughts on that, I'd be curious to hear.
I think the talent that's in this draft, they got placed in interesting areas. Let's think of someone like Shakira Austin, who just consensus, if you read WNBA mock drafts, she's going number 3 to the Dream in almost every one of them. And if you follow her story, she left a blue blood program like Maryland that was just stacked with talent. And she didn't like sort of her role in that team, and she left to go to Ole Miss and kind of be the person. And she took a team in Ole Miss that had won maybe one SEC game the year before, and then took them to the tournament this year. They lost to sort of the South Dakota team that just like could not lose for those first 2 weekends. And then we didn't hear much about her. But that blip of a weekend to me doesn't overshadow what her whole story is, and sort of my excitement for to see what she develops into in the league. And I think the same can be said for like Ryan Howard, who's maybe that consensus number 1 pick. Kentucky, her team wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament, and they take off as like an 8 or 9 seed in the SEC tournament and win it all, beat South Carolina in a title game, and then kind of have an early exit in the tournament. So again, kind of a blip of a weekend, but overall a pretty great story. So my excitement isn't dampered. I just think it's from a national level, it can stay kind of quiet in that Final Four weekend, to where it may be hard to kind of carry over a lot of that hype if there isn't sort of that consensus number 1. Like if Nalissa Smith, like Baylor, they were a 2 seed. If she could have made it to the Final Four, then we're talking about the WNBA draft.
Her draft stock would have gone way up. Yeah, she and is it pronounced Ryan Howard?
Yeah, or at least that's how I've been pronouncing it.
I don't know if I like always go to, I wonder if her Hoop Stats has the pronunciation. I don't know. So yeah, I've seen Smith and Howard kind of in both the 1 and 2 spots for the Mystics, or because Mystics have the number 1 pick, Fever have the number 2 pick. And I don't really know what those teams kind of need and if someone would slot in.
And Perfect Cereals has a good question. The WNBA does have international players drafted at the top. So you think like last year, Awak Kuye was an international player who was drafted to the Wings. I hope that she can get kind of more of a showcase this season because she dunks like it is nothing. And I hope that she gets a lot more kind of floor time to show off her skills. She was playing internationally somewhere. I want to say Greece, but I think that's wrong. But there's going to be international players in this draft. Maybe not in that first round. A lot of picks have been sort of NCAA players, but I think in that second round, there's a lot of players that teams want to draft and then kind of stash for later. Kelsey, you and I were talking about this before the show, and that 88 players were draft eligible for this
Yeah.
draft for a league where there's only 144 roster spots. So the WNBA draft goes through 3 or 4 rounds, and those last rounds, they're just like drafting and stashing players just because they don't have the roster spots. And in the first 2 rounds, like a team like the Lynx or someone like that, they don't have the roster space to draft anyone. So even their first round pick is probably going to get stashed somewhere for a period of time. So good question, Serials.
Yeah, there's just need more teams. Especially with all the talent that's coming through in the next few years. Like
Mhm.
I'm really curious what some of these players do because they also have that extra year of eligibility with the COVID year is sort of what they're
Mhm.
calling it. Um, and so there are players who could have declared, who haven't declared, who um, may declare still on their normal timelines, but I don't know. And then for those of you that aren't as familiar with kind of the WNBA rules, you have to at least be 22 the year of the draft or have completed 4 years of eligibility. Is that
Yep.
it's like needed to have like
Yep.
graduated and be done. Is it
Mhm.
is it needed to have finished your years of eligibility or no, finished 4 or be 22? Because
I
some people can leave early because they're 22 before their
Right.
senior year.
Mhm.
So like people who had a cutoff that allowed them to do that could
Yep.
declare early.
Yep.
But you have to be 22 to be in the WNBA is essentially how it works out.
Mhm.
Unless you like went to college early or whatever.
Yep.
Um, which is interesting. So I think it's Paige. There was some speculation of like would she declare early to essentially not be in the same draft class as like Caitlin Clark, but
Mhm.
Aaliyah Boston is the draft class before them. So if she
Yep.
declares early, like it's still you just have so much talent coming.
Yeah.
But some people were sort of thinking like, are people gonna kind of look at the draft that way of like, in what year do I have the best chance? Because
Mhm.
there is a lot of talent coming up. You do have that extra year of eligibility now. Like, when are what are your chances better?
Yep.
So I'll be curious how some of that kind of plays out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think with these NIL deals, you stay in college as long as
Oh,
you
hell yeah.
can.
You
Like,
see like how much money Paige is making, and now it was today she's the first female basketball player with over a million Instagram followers.
yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
huge.
and then I
She has
went and
more
followed her today. I
followers than
hadn't been
Candace
following her yet.
Parker. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. We're terrible.
Yeah. No, they have a huge reach and they have that reach in college. And I think that like I would imagine one of the things that even WNBA players look back on in their careers is like, oh, I wish I'd won a title. Like I can
Mhm.
see that being something like, oh, I was so close to a college title. And especially that UConn team, like they're going to be that good for such a long time. Like there's a lot of some of their starters are freshmen. Like
Yep.
I don't think anyone on that team declared for the draft. I think their seniors are all coming back. I don't know.
That's a good
I'm not
question. I have
positive.
the list up and
We just Googled before the show. They would have
right.
had to have declared within 24 hours of their last game, which was Sunday. So
A
I haven't
quick
seen
can
any news. I
Yeah.
thought it would come up on my timeline, but maybe it.
A quick control F on the draft list brings up nothing for UConn. So I'm going to say that
Yeah. So they have
there's
a couple
nothing there.
seniors who could have, who I guess now
Mhm.
are staying. So
Yep.
that's interesting. Yeah. So they'll
And
have their
that's
team
and that's
back.
common.
Yeah.
There's a senior for Nebraska who,
Mhm.
in one of her hoops drafts, was slated to go in the second round this year, and she's sticking it out for another year. I think probably for similar reasons to improve draft stock, but also the the Nebraska team that's coming back is pretty desperate and in need of some of her of what she
Yeah.
offers. So that's the same thing. So we still have these good questions coming in the chat. Like I am hyped
Yeah.
for y'all. Yes, I we need the Lincoln, Nebraska team in our Discord. All two of us representing. So thanks, man. GBR, back to you. We have good questions coming up in the Discord, and Mac Attack. We're touching on this a little bit later on. And Kelsey, I'm going to throw it off to you. Who scored the biggest WNBA trades so far? Number one
Yeah.
is
I don't
is a
even know.
biggie. Um, and I would say that's Liz Cambage.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, "What?"
To
I have to go back to my,
wait, that wasn't a
trades.
trade. That was a signing. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah.
trades
The
if you
biggest
just mean, like,
trade.
WNBA free agency, um, Liz Cambage is the
Oh,
answer.
for sure. Yeah. The trade
Um,
probably is Diamond to Shields to Phoenix. That completely
yeah.
reshaped.
Phoenix
Um,
looks fun.
yeah. Phoenix is shaping up to be a monster.
I was already looking
And
at flights to Seattle for the Bird Taurasi game
yep.
just to make
Yep.
sure I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Liz signing
Yeah,
is awesome. Like that
yeah.
completely rejuvenates a franchise that needs it. So I think as Arya talked with us last time, like this is going to be either the greatest thing for the franchise or it is absolutely going to blow up in their face with just all these competing personalities that are
Yeah,
happening.
but that's something you try. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of spark there.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Well done.
Cheers to me.
And I was just going to say that's very thematic with the whole Los Angeles basketball experience. So I will let the Minnesotans and the Nebraskans fight it out in the chat there. So let me find what else I was going to look for. And oh, the other question was Roddy Rod's that trade one. So I think the Diamond to Shields one is the biggest because I think you are going to see a different version of Diamond in Phoenix than what you saw. I mean, she's kind of just marginalized with the emergence of Kalia Copper in Chicago. Do we want to kind of transition to start answering some of this question?
Yeah,
So
bring the
part
Top
one of our
Shot
show,
content.
yeah, we're ready for the draft. We are also ready for just wild ass speculation about what's going to happen with Top Shot and the WNBA in 2022. So let's just start with this prompt. This is a good one. Do you think they find a way to reintroduce the frozen Asia Wilsons in the marketplace? Want to complete the best of set, but I'm worried about that price point.
What is she at right now?
She
So
was around.
259.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I Do you know what's funny about that? Like, I do feel like, and maybe I should look this up before I just start talking with vibes versus facts, but I feel
For
like
all
the
vibes.
WNBA moments haven't had a ton of fluctuation in their value. Um, if anything, they've to me when I've looked, they've either seemed like they've stayed or have gone up. I think right now people are buying them, anticipating flash challenges and knowing that best of set is fairly easy to complete. And just like the collector score boost by having the complete set and buying more moments from there. I think it's a good set to complete if you can do it. Yeah, but that I think is the most expensive moment in that set. And at 259, I would think that that's like well below, like if that's your ceiling, I think that's still well below
Yeah.
even some mid-range moments in some other
Mm-hmm.
sets. So yeah, I think they probably do find a way. I wonder if they do like blended packs specifically with or like mix the WNBA and NBA stuff. Like I'd be
Mm-hmm.
curious. I'd be curious how they would do that.
Oops. Now
Is this you
we're.
guys are seeing?
Oh
Very
my
meta. You're seeing what
gosh.
we see.
We're gonna
uh,
try that again. There we go.
yeah, the how would you bring those in? I mean, I guess easy answer is blended packs.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, do you do blended packs with WNBA moments? Because
Yep.
there aren't as many of them like that.
Yep. So only
That'd be cool, but
52% it owned, still 5,000 of those left in packs. And we've seen what the
mhm,
price has done. I think I completed um, all the way back here, kind of in that October land right after the season. And is about the only one who was really like ticked up. As you said, Kelsey, a lot of those like $7 to $10 moments have stayed exactly the same as they have been. And some of the like we can maybe look at Tarasi as I am still trying to learn how to
I'm making
navigate
it.
the new OTM site, which by the way looks amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
there's some cool stuff.
yeah.
I forget how much I like looking at those sites too. I
Mhm.
It's funny, I feel like when I try to focus more on basketball and on
Mhm.
WNBA and on NCAA women, I, like, don't have as much Top Shot knowledge, and when I try
Yep.
to focus on Top Shot, I'm, like, losing some of the basketball
Mhm.
nuance, so I'm gonna have to find a happy medium when the WNBA season starts,
Yeah.
and I think I will when there's, like, pack drops that go while I'm sort of watching the games
Yeah.
in the
So
season, but
yep. So that stuff has lived kind of in that same area as you've kind of talked about. They drifted down a little bit in the offseason. A lot of folks predicted that or started to drift back up, as you said, prediction of flash challenges. But I think it's going to be tough for Top Shot to try to introduce those moments just magically
yeah.
into the marketplace.
Um,
And
do they do WNBA team sets?
they don't
Eh,
right now.
I was like, I don't
So,
think I was like, either I've missed a lot
yep.
or, yeah, so there are no WNBA team sets. I would
Yep.
guess if they're removing those from the NBA sets that they just won't the only set that would apply to is Run It Back. I would guess that they're
Hmm.
just not gonna have that Run It Back set be a part of the team sets,
Right.
is
And I
my
think
guess.
that that's probably
Yeah.
about right. Yeah.
I would guess they're gonna do a fresh threads for WNBA because there's a
Hmm.
lot of good stuff there. I feel like there's a nice range of players also in um, that kind of a pack, which I think is a kind of harder with WNBA sometimes to get
Hmm.
that sort of range of value. Um, so I can definitely see a fresh threads. I don't know if there's enough moments yet to do blended packs. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure how they'll get those. I can see them pushing because wasn't that Asia Wilson like a sign up? Was that a
Yep. It was a
how
sign up for new users. Yep.
and then
Hmm.
like maybe it was it also a challenge reward? Because I forget how I
There
got
was
it.
an Asia that was a challenge reward, but that was one of the first fandom moments. Let's go back
How
and
did so like that moment,
hmm
I forget how maybe I just bought it. I think I just bought it. I was like,
I
"How did
think,
I get that one?" I think I bought it when it was like 50 bucks.
yeah.
Knowing that like I wanted to complete the set, and so I
Hmm.
got it as soon as I could.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I can see that being a new user. I can see them rolling it out to new users again,
Hmm.
um, to try to pull in a WNBA audience.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
my guess.
I'm with you. I think a fresh threads set as sort of that common tier is something that you can probably, as much as you can count on anything from Dapper, I think that's something that you can probably count on happening. What I'm kind of interested in is like sort of they did. I mean the run it back set for the 25 list was just a really good. It was a good set. It was a good
Yeah.
move. It fit in right along with the timeline of what the WNBA was releasing. Um, what what happens with rare in a legendary set for this upcoming season? I don't think they can wait until the finals to release a legendary set. It would be cool to do a playoff
Yeah,
legendary set, but there's something else in there. Does it work with like the Challenge Cup game in the middle of the season?
that's a good
Um,
call.
that might be. I mean, that's just one game. Maybe that's just kind of a reward kind of deal. But that's where I'm really struggling. Is like, and I would be interested what the chat thinks. What do you expect for legendary and rare um, sort of sets in the WNBA this season? Because
Yeah.
your boy is struggling with
My
that.
guess is they try to keep it because they sort of, it seems like, kept, um, kind of tried to mimic the NBA packs, like,
Mhm.
by doing Run It Back. Like, we may see I think they will do a fresh threads, like, I can see them using those same types of packs for
Mhm.
WNBA. I like this call of game recognized game sets.
Oh, yeah.
Who I kept this up because I wanted to see who do you think should announce those moments?
Oh, who do I think should announce those moments?
And, like, does it need to be a
Who
current
should?
player?
Who should
Yeah,
announce all
right,
of those
obvious.
moments? Yes.
Yeah, and does it need to be a current player, but does it also need to be, like, I don't know.
No,
Like, is it our girl Crystal? Is it someone on the platform? Is
I
it
mean,
Lisa
Dapper has
Leslie?
such a
Like, should
relationship
she
with
do
Lisa
it?
Leslie. I think
Yeah.
that's what my guess is. I think if you had kind of like Leslie and Rebecca Lobo, maybe alternate some of these moments,
Lobo's a
like
great call because she does already announce.
she's
That's good. Like, they would be
so
very
good
good
at it.
at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see them trying to do a current player, but I wonder, it does sort of feel like, an older player is a good fit for that type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, Sue Bird's also another obvious choice. Seems like
Yeah.
she's sort of starting to dip her toe in the broadcasting
Hmm.
path,
Yeah.
making her plans for after this year.
Do you think that there's any way that the NBA, that Dapper would try to bring in an NBA player to do some game recognized game moments, and then maybe on a playoff level, maybe switch that where DT is doing a game recognized game for NBA
And
players in a later
um,
set.
I that would be very cool. I don't see it happening.
Okay.
Unless they see, well, and I think, like, unless they see, and I don't know even how they'd see this, but like more integration between,
Hmm.
like, if the NBA and the WNBA were doing more integrative things like that during the season, I think that's a natural sort of way for them to do that. But like, I don't
Hmm.
see them doing mixed packs either. Like, I can see
Yeah.
them keeping it very separate of NBA and WNBA, which, um, I think some of that sort of depends on how the marketplace values WNBA moments compared to NBA moments. If those WNBA moments are holding similar value across the board, like, then it's not. I can see people thinking, because of how people always approach the WNBA, is that it
Hmm.
devalues the packs. Um, and that they're like, not, if they're not into the WNBA, they're not going to be as
Right.
excited about a WNBA player announcing those
Hmm.
moments. And so until that's not a concern, and, like,
Yep.
I'd love for them to do that first and be like, "No, respect these women. DT is gonna be
Yep.
awesome at announcing this, and you're gonna be really upset if you miss out on this pack drop." Like, that would be
Right.
cool. Um,
And to your point there too, it's like I think it should be said that there's like no historical evidence that WNBA moments or having that in a pack is going to devalue anything because,
yeah,
as you said, all those moments are holding value really well.
right.
And what a great point! How did I not think of
This
Candace?
is
Yeah.
awesome. You're exact
Mhm.
This is a great point.
Yeah.
Candace would be a great choice if they were to do something like that, for sure. I also just think generally, like, Candace bridging, they gotta get her on the platform. Like, that would be such a smart move.
I would just not
Yeah.
even her narration, her reactions in like GIF form as we're watching this. Like, did you see the
Yeah.
videos of like her watching on the TNT set, like watching like March Madness stuff happen?
How
Oh
about
my
Aaliyah
god.
Boston shouting her out when she was on
Oh,
stage, and Candace being like, "I'm so proud of you." What a moment. Could you
oh my
imagine being
god.
in college and Candace Parker being like, "I'm proud of you"?
No.
I'm like,
I know what
"What?
I did in college. Candace Parker
What?
would not be proud of me.
Candace, what?"
I know.
It's
Oh my
like,
god.
that's the other thing about this, like, and I think part of it's the NIL deals and just, like,
Yeah.
how much access these players have to stuff like that, and how much access these young players have to famous athletes. Like, Steph Curry works with AZ Fudd and Cameron Brink. Like, they go to
Mhm.
his camps and he knows them by name. Like, he was on the Bird Tarasi show talking about AZ Fudd's shot and is like, her
Yep.
release is perfect. Like, she's so consistent, and that he knew her game at that level, and she's in college. She's a freshman at UConn. Was like,
Alia
oh my
Boston
God.
went to Tim Duncan's house to work out and, like, get lessons in footwork, and,
Yeah.
like, this is sort of like I mean, I understand sort of where you're coming from the don't be optimistic about the NBA and WNBA working together, but,
That's where it
like,
start like, it does
yeah,
feel
this
like
is where it
it's happening
started.
at that level, for
Mhm.
sure. But I do
Mhm.
wonder if that then is it can continue. I
Yeah.
think we hear stories, right? Like, we hear Chris Paul being like, "Yeah, I work out with DT in the Phoenix locker room." I think part of that is expanding to cities that already have teams,
Mhm.
and so that you're using that NBA, like, facility, platform, fan base to sort of lift the WNBA team up.
Right.
Like, I think Phoenix is a cool, example there. Um, I just don't know how many other WNBA franchises have that access and have players who are willing, to do that. But yeah, I do think it would be cool if there were more integration between the leagues,
Mhm. Yeah. I
and I'd be curious how that translates to Top Shot.
Yeah. I
Do we
know.
think they send people to more WNBA games? Like, they did just a championship game, I think, right? Did they do a playoff game?
Mm.
Uh, but, like, will they have more, like, they go to summer league. Like,
Did it during
are
yeah, I
they
mean, it was
going to
their
the
grand
WNBA
final.
draft? Like,
Mhm,
probably not, but
yeah.
why
Oh, that's my
not?
rare set. Yeah, the All-Star game has to be the rare set for,
Mm,
WNBA this season, and with the summer league and All-Star game potentially being in the same
yeah,
city, like, these kinda things I mean, this stuff has to happen, in terms of crossover, and I mean, I will always go back to just seeing it physically evolve as much you can see something physically happen in Discord to the skepticism to the
yeah,
the wanting to know more to just the utter acceptance of it kind of come playoff
yeah.
time to where sets we're talking about WNBA sets there's skepticism why are we bringing girls onto the site yuck the knowing more is this player good I pulled I what is the most what was the when they did like the who like, is this player good in like the top shot discord or anything like that like what was the most ridiculous player that you saw
There's
in like
just
the
so many.
yeah
I don't think anyone asked for about DT or Sue.
right
I think their names are household names and that people
hmm
knew, like, okay, I know about them.
hmm
I don't know if anyone asked about Sabrina. I think maybe of like maybe there was a Sabrina ask.
I'm gonna call out someone out of love. But I know it's stuck in my brain. I saw it on a stream. Our friend AGB referred to her like the first time on a show as like the Kobe girl. And
Yeah, right. Yeah.
then like after packs come out, like during like and then she like turns up in the season and now we know this is Sabrina. She's great. We've
Right.
all witnessed it. Yeah. And so that's the evolution that we're talking about. But I think maybe the one that made me kind of scream eternally a little bit when I saw it was like someone asked if like Tamika Catchings was good. And I my soul left my body for a little bit. And
Yeah.
I
But
I was
it's just
glad I
a
didn't pass away.
reminder of
I
how,
know.
like, the learning curve for some of these people and just, like, that's not in the media either. Like,
Mhm.
of course, people aren't really gonna know because they're not exposed to it. I would recommend if you wanna know more, follow WNBA people on Twitter. Like, it's just such
Yeah.
an easy way to get a little bit more of that content in front of you every day.
Yep.
Like, I know this is a big Twitter audience, so just, like, get a couple more in there. It just even those, like, tiny bits of news and names you're seeing is gonna
Mhm.
help you understand all of it
Yeah.
better and recognize the moments better and just be a little bit more in touch with the games and who's doing what.
Yep.
I'm really, really hoping that they do flash challenges for WNBA this year. I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna take our show to the next level. I think that's
Yep.
gonna take a lot of people's fandom to the next level when they're sort
Mhm.
of thinking about matchups a little bit more and thinking about players and kind of thinking about the fun formats of draft challenges as is, that it's not always just like who scores the most. It's
Yeah.
it can be, a little
I
more
think
than
if
that.
that's yeah, if if the degens on this site have to go between from like the end of June through October without any flash challenges, like there is going to be just full scale like whatever adding Rohan we've seen happening for folks. Like folks want to do flash challenges.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity to do that. And I think I'm optimistic that Dapper will do that. I think where my question lies is like, does Moment Rank step up and give us a daily platform to
That would be cool.
do what they kind of do? Maybe not. Maybe they don't have the same kind of funds or something set up for their giveaways, but just give us an opportunity to do it.
Yeah. I don't need them to give me anything. Just bragging rights are
That's
fine.
right. I just
Just,
need the
like, scroll the
screenshot.
game up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I
hmm
just let us play.
Yeah. hmm
Let the girls play.
Oh, that's awesome. Rowdy Rod with another good question. Any big WNBA names who will not be returning next season?
I
Who were there
by,
any?
like well, like, this year. Next year, we won't have
Yeah.
Sue. Sue's retiring.
hmm
Um, so is
I got nothing.
oh, hold on, it'll come to me. Minnesota.
Sylvia Fowles. This is her
So is
last year.
Sylvia
Yep.
Fowles, thank you.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yep.
it's there. I can see her. Yeah, so this will be Sue Bird and Sylvia Fowles' last years.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think
I don't think there were any large scale retirements from
no,
last season. Um,
I don't think so.
and
You can buy all the moments that anyone on Top Shot is still will
mhm,
still be around
right.
unless it's in
And
the Run It Back.
yeah, and we hope
Right,
that Brittany's able to
right.
come back. Nalissa Smith from Minnesota is taking probably the whole season off due to pregnancy, and um, that's going to be tough for the Wolves to overcome. But I think they have like some pieces in place, like Angel McGottry, things like that, to sort of like serve in that place. And I'm ready to see Kayla McBride kind of be that number two uh, scorer for them. I think she's going to be just a star this season. And I can't wait to see that happen because she's awesome to watch.
Angel was fun on the
Yeah.
Bird Taurasi show too. She was excellent.
Oh, she got so the TikTok she did like as a member of the Aces last year, like she tore ACL, she didn't play, but like the way that she interacted just with every personality on that team, like Liz, Asia, Hamby, like all those folks, like she's a real one. She's great.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
fun. She was
Um,
great.
we have packs to open. Do you want to open packs?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think a couple things to give away.
Yes.
We can get that going. Yeah, I have the packs from
Okay.
the spicy packs or whatever
There
they're
we
called.
go. We got spicy boys. So congrats to Big Ticket who won our bracket challenge in the Watcher
Yeah,
work. And
I
uh,
did poorly.
oh, I did awful. I I the
I think
Winsider
I
one was
do
not
you know
much
what? I
better.
think I was right in the middle, which you either have to Mike says in betting all the time, you either have to be very right or very wrong. Like you have to pick a game plan, which I
Yep.
think is harder with brackets. Like maybe it doesn't translate, as one to one.
Hmm.
Um, but generally when I feel like I'm in the middle, it doesn't feel like a success to me. I'm like, I need to have been so wrong and taken so many risks that none of it paid off. Or then maybe it's different with brackets. I don't
If you're
know.
so wrong, you have like a good story around this. And if you're right, then you just have bragging rights with it. I totally get that.
Oh, I have
So
a
congrats
couple.
to Big
I have some
Ticket.
airdrops. That's fun.
Oh, hey, look at you.
Who knew?
Big roller. Um,
Share
Big
screen,
Ticket who
Chrome
scored
tab, Top Shot.
Sabrina TSD. And yeah, congrats to them. And
Yeah.
folks, we got moments to give away. I am seeing that 16 people are watching the stream right now. I don't want to give away a moment to 16 effing people. Get in the Discord, get in the general
Sorry, everyone.
channel, start tagging folks to get them over here. And if we can get this over 20, I'll throw in an extra moment to give away. Our the kind-hearted, the good person Stubbs offered up Kalia Copper TSD to give away. I will find something in my moments bag to give away if we can get this up over 20. So let's work on it now. All right. Kelsey, the floor is yours.
Am I opening all of these?
You open what you feel comfortable with.
I'll open all of them. You
I
know
got
what?
some.
I save them for streams and then I don't even know I have some of these. I don't go check because I don't want to open them too soon. I'm like, great, I got it. I don't even know if I can be in the pack drop Thursday. I don't know how that works. I'll
I
figure it
don't care
out.
about spicy discussions. We have spicy boys. Tell them to get over here and enjoy our spicy boys.
Okay, also root of the Discord to have spicy discussions while we're clearly streaming.
Yeah, exactly. You knew what was happening.
Y'all.
Bones.
It's
Oh,
a
is this
bones
from when you
day.
pulled the best game recognized games packs of all time and got all those together? Oh, these are Rising Stars. Never mind.
Yes. Yes. These are my airdrops.
Gotcha.
I don't even know what is in here. Oh, they tell me. Okay. So I'm just looking for cereal on these is
Exactly.
what. Yeah. All right. Not great. That's a fun
Good
block.
moment though. Yeah.
You get Harden, Curry. Wow. All right.
I've liked
And
Kaminga this year. It doesn't fill up a stat, but just like he definitely has the support of the team around him. That's super cool to see.
Jägermeister sponsor us. I'll drink. That's you.
Oh,
There is a dollar amount I'll come up with of what you need to pay me to drink
okay.
Jägermeister. If they sponsor us, I feel like that's part of the value. That would be fine. Um, Here we go.
Let's go.
What do we got?
Oh, Kiki.
Okay.
Oh, Kiki. That's all right.
I
I
wasn't
mean,
expecting I wasn't expecting that to happen,
to
and I
have the
don't know
body
why I
control to do
wasn't. Like,
that.
I know these are spicy moments. And I was like, "Oh, the ball goes in." And then I was like, "Wait a minute. Wait
That's
just a
not a
minute.
block. Ooh, dort, 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 dort.
Hold on, hold on."
Turn down your earbuds.
Er, sound warning. Sound warning. You gotta. It's the
You
rules.
you got it.
I don't make the
If
rules.
I almost missed this, if I go back in the Discord and I see, oh, you got the Lance spicy. I'm watching this play and then I'm going to yell at John. Oh, look at that. What's the gif of the ice person from Game of Thrones? Where they kind of augmented his body to do that dance.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good spice. That is healthy spice. John Jones, if I go back in the Discord and I
Spicy
see you're
spice.
fighting about whatever playoff tickets, it's almost as if your number
That's
doesn't count.
probably yeah,
Yeah,
dead to
there you
me. Glad you're here. I'm just kidding. Thanks. I feel like I'm excited for if Top Shot does more collabs for these pack drops. Like, I do think there's an opportunity here where like Takis could have been
Mm.
like sponsored. You like get a QR code in the bag of spicy foods. Like, I don't know. There's some
Uh,
potential here, guys. Free ideas. I'll give you these ones.
Absolute missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, who we got for Doug? The Melton. I'd stop the world and mountain with you. Oh, what a good one.
Someone remix that one. All right.
Oh, high
All right,
50s.
open next pack. I
Yeah,
might just like rifle through these. Is there a
let's
way
go.
to tell which one's the spicy one? Is it
So
always
they
in there?
changed it to I think you have to like you don't just like quickly hover over, you have to sort of like keep it there
But
for a sec.
does
Yep,
spicy oh,
that looks spicy.
that one is nice. That's
Less
fun.
spicy.
I like that.
There we go.
It's like a choose your own adventure. Do
Who
you
we got
wanna
back?
know which one's
Oh,
the spicy one?
yeah, FVV. Good moment
Indeed.
ranks play.
Guys, I do think Toronto is one of the cities that needs a WNBA expansion team.
Yeah. So do we
And I
want
have
to?
a lot of ideas about expansion that I don't know if I'm gonna share today. I haven't decided. It's just it's pretty good, but maybe I'll share just the one. I do think Drake should own a team in Toronto,
Right.
and they should call them the Panthers after the Degrassi mascot.
Ooh. Oh my God, Kelsey.
Guys, more great ideas where that came
What are
from.
you doing on this stream? Where
Maybe
is
I'll
your
just
head of marketing job at the league
maybe I'll just
office?
like slowly roll out. I have 4
Oh.
solid WNBA expansion ideas that you heard it here first. I will be tweeting this out at some point, so everyone give it some love and start brainstorming your ideas because I feel like they're too good. I feel like they're too good.
You're getting the Moment Ranks Play 60K pack. This is great. Which do we need to talk about this? Not a bad MR play. There's a Kalu in the Moment Ranks world. And what I would really like to see Kelsey do, and I think in an ideal world, is that you start playing Moment Ranks and your entire stick with this is to just beat whoever the other Kalu is and just document this process all the time.
I sort of feel this way about Kyle Lowry on Twitter. His Twitter handle is KLow7 and mine's
No.
KLou7.
Mhm.
And so I'm almost tempted to claim like KLaw7, K like LIEW, like all the other vowels. But you know, we have
I
day
think you
jobs.
have to.
So
Yeah.
all right, spicy moment. What do we get? 4
Ooh,
digit.
Lonzo.
Okay.
That's
Extra
good.
spice.
Yeah.
I'll take
I'm sure
it.
the 1063 means
I
something.
like that
Ooh.
look.
Mhm. Did you like Lonzo not always someone you get like spicy reactions out of? So if this was like a hot ones, oh my
I do like
god,
that.
that is amazing. If this was like
That's
a
a
hot ones
fun
episode, that's like a medium
hot
high kind
ones.
of
They should have
spice.
gotten the hot ones. That
Oh,
absolutely. There should have been a whole hot ones crossover.
have the meter beside it, like that's
Guys,
great.
yeah. Even just having an NBA player on hot ones, like in like timing it with the draft, they're just a lot of stuff could have happened, you guys.
Mike, I promise. I
Mike, we
mentioned
did
the
it. You haven't
subs.
been here.
Yeah. Stop
Mike
fighting
also
with people
texted
in
me
the
that.
Discord, Mike. Gosh. Okay.
Also, how'd you
Uh,
get the heart in there? I feel like I gotta you just add the emoji in YouTube. When Kevin on hot ones.
I would have oh God, I would have like the Shaq reaction, or I would have the who am I blanking of? Who has like the cough gif like right now?
Oh, I forget.
Um
I
oh
have a
my gosh.
stronger memory for the people who are just like, "I'm good."
Kristen Bell on there. Kristen Bell from start to finish had
Ooh,
no goddamn reaction
I
for
haven't seen
Spice.
hers.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And they kind of superimposed her husband like on it, and her husband is just like falling over himself like
I feel
halfway
like
through.
Paul Rudd was like, "I'm not ta" was it Paul Rudd who was like, "I'm not sipping the water or the milk?"
Yeah, and
Mike
it was
Mike
terrible.
is on his way home from trivia, I think, based on his participation in the chat. Yes, Mike, I stopped at, what's the coffee spot? It's not a solo cup, it's off-brand, but it was a red cup on the way home, so
I thought Sean Evans was a Chicago person. I mean, Chicago people can live in New York City. I know the rules, but I thought that was like where the show is based out of. Like the whole complex like media thing. That's where it was. All right. Are we ready for me and spicy time? And while I open this up, I need Kelsey, either you, someone from the chat. We need a good name for this copper
Yeah, what's the hashtag?
giveaway. We need a hashtag for it. All right. Oh, look at that.
Seeing red.
From the carrot top of YouTube himself, Mike
Carrot
Zakarian.
tops are green, not red. Spoken like a true ginger.
uh,
No,
you
it's
love
really
to
cool.
see it. All right. Let's open these spicy boys. So I gotta say, my last two packs have involved LeBron James throwdown and John Morant MGLE. And
John
those
Morant.
two pack
That's fun.
openings did not happen on stream. So
Ooh.
if I open shit in the next two packs, I'm blaming it on this stream, and we're gonna have to talk kind of about our future arrangement, for the show,
Also,
Kelsey.
I
So
do wanna put this
FYI.
back up. Mike's just, like, giving himself his own money when he does this. I just
We're not seeing a dime out of that 4.99. But
I just want
props
everyone to
to
know.
props to the altruism, Mike.
I guess technically it goes in the team hold, like,
Right.
what are we gonna do with this fund more than
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is, yeah.
Okay.
But it sort of feels like Mike paid himself. It makes
All
me
right.
laugh.
Not spicy, not spicy.
This is important to let everyone know. It's like sitting there for fun things, I believe is where
Oh, that's great. All right. Let's get this going. All right. We got a Bismack of the Biombo variety. Let's go. I love that dunk.
fun pass too.
Oh. Listen to I'm behind on my Zach Lowe podcast. Listen to him today talk about the MVP case for Devin Booker, and to be honest, it's kind of it's pretty convincing. I don't think it's going to happen, but it was convincing. Oh yes. Speaking of moment ranks plays, here we go. Anthony Edwards. Also a moment that was a 60K. Like this is a fair amount of spice.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
this is up there. Is it on the Scoville meter? Is that what am I
That is
saying that right?
Scoville meter. Thank you.
We have to
I like
superimpose
it.
it. I feel
There
like,
we go.
Greg, if you hear this, feels like there's a video there of like these moments, or even someone at Top
Cool.
Shot. That feels like a fun
Oh, we can
edit.
I'm gonna save my opinions on Marcus Morris for just how he destroyed the Spurs franchise, but that's fine. And we'll move on. All right.
Here we
What
go.
kind of spice are we looking at so far? I mean,
We probably just do hashtag spicy, right?
oh yeah. What do we
Spell it
got?
right, though.
Oh, hey, I'll take that. That's a W. CP. The spice is happening on the sidelines. Ooh, nice little nutmeg. Look at DeAndre Ayton's reaction on the sidelines. That is great. I like
I
it.
forgot this means I would have, I guess, technically entered. So if the team hold name comes up, we'll put it back. I don't know if the giveaway tool knows not to do that, but
That's all right.
hashtag spicy is officially in the giveaway.
All right, I'll move through this one. We'll move this one a little bit faster. And one of these moments out of this pack, because we're at 21. I saw 23 earlier. We're giving one of these guys away. Let's go. We got a 3. Ooh, Benny McLemore, former Kansas Jayhawk. Splash. You like the good, like give and goes, like classic basketball plays. That one's a good one. Who do we got? That person, a Marshall. Ooh. There we go. Another Grizzlies dunk. Ooh, Brandon Clark this time. I like this play. I like the jerseys. I like the yellow tights. I like the dunk. I like the opponent jerseys.
I do the challenges if I know I have the thing. Like I'll often every once in a while go in and be like, okay, I love that it tells me if I have the stuff. If I'm missing like one and it's something I would like to own anyway, I'll sometimes go buy it and then complete the challenge. But I am not keeping up with challenges on a regular basis.
I'm not keeping up with the challenge that's going to cost me 300 to complete.
Yes,
even with
like and
packs.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, hashtag in the chat.
Hit the bell for notifications.
I feel like most of the people here, I feel less worried about that for our show specifically. I feel like if you're here, you are a team holder.
That's
but
the
don't
real
forget
reason.
to like the stream.
I do, I could have a LeBron James moment, or I could have $4.99 from Mike Zakarian, and I made the decisions that I made, for better or for worse. All right, let's go. Oh, is this Trey? Yes.
Here you go.
All right. Oh, I think hot take, the raising the roof takes a lot of the spice off this moment afterwards. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
That is like big Michael Scott energy. That is
I've said this before, I think it's so funny people call him Ice Tray. Like, I don't know, people think it's cool. I think it's disrespectful.
Whoa, Kelsey, let's talk. Oh my gosh, stop share screen. Oh my gosh, Kelsey, are you a New York Knicks fan? What?
Sort of. No, I just mean no. I think the nickname Ice Tray is disrespectful to Trae Young because of all the forms of ice. The ice from a tray. I mean, it is sort of annoying, which like sometimes I feel that way about his game, but like, yeah, I don't know. But it's the tray piece that's like what makes it work for his name. I don't know.
Man, the Scoville level on the dad joke Ice Tray is, I'm going to say medium high. So I'm going to disagree a little bit, but I like where you're coming from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trey deserves a better, do you think Trey deserves a better nickname?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Is this our assignment for next time?
Yeah. I mean, I may, depending on how long this giveaway takes, it may come to me in the next, the pun meter is always
there.
Always spicy.
There you go. All right. Do we have folks who have liked? Do we have folks who have subscribed? Give us a hashtag spicy.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am fully team hold. You know, it was great when I did my taxes earlier this week, actually. It was like, do you have anything in crypto and whatever that you need to do? And I was like, I have not sold a single thing. It's like, if you've just purchased, just say no. And I was like,
Mhm.
I have none of this has left. None of this is left. Like, it's all just stayed in my account.
Wow.
Um,
Big
so
brain.
hopefully I'm fine. If I'm not, somebody let me know. I was advised that that was that was okay. But yeah, it felt nice. Team hold. Team
If the
hold for tax
Fed
purposes,
capper
team
comes,
hold for just like I think more people are gonna be using this soon. So
yeah,
it all feels easier when you hold your moments, guys. And I guess you could sell them and then just keep your money in Dapper if that feels similar.
I'm pro
But yeah,
whatever
I'm
it
not
takes to make
watching.
it
That's a
tax
whole
easier.
other level of it that just
Yeah.
feels like more energy than I can do. I'm not I think there is a benefit to flipping stuff quickly for more of a profit if you have things you're eyeing, that if there's like specific moments you want to invest in. I think that's if I'm like, I want that DT moment. I think it's that summer moment. That's so much
Yeah.
money. Like that's when I'd probably start watching that stuff more closely to flip. But it would
Mhm.
be like a short term flip for a thing.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, we're team hold for a reason. I feel like I'm the only one holding moments.
You're the
Why did no
diamond
one
hands
tell
of
me
the
we're team
household.
sell or team flip?
That's great.
We need merch and we need the reversible pennies. Let's say team hold, team flip. But I can't wait to own one of those.
I I hope that's in the Cool Cats colors as well. That would be just even more. Wow. The comments in the last half hour have just been fantastic. You first half hour folks were great. Um, y'all are firing some hot stuff here later on. So
Did our
this
viewership
is
go
for our
up because we said the word giveaway, or is like are people just busy until 9:30, 10 o'clock? Like, oh, you know? Okay. 21 entries. If you haven't, hashtag spicy, like and subscribe. You have about not very many seconds left to do that. I think
Not at
everyone
all.
who's here probably 25 viewers, 20, I think 2 entries now. Feels like most of you have gotten your spice in the mix
Oh,
here.
we got some
23
spicy stuff
waiting
coming
on 2 more.
up.
There we go. Oh no, now there's 26 entries. Maybe it's I don't know. No, I don't think we count as viewers.
And shout out to
This is a
Stubbs
good
for,
point. It's only
yeah.
7.
Oh,
Uh,
that's great. Touche.
on the I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Shout
It
out
would
to
be
Stubbs
nice
for
for
giving
it to
us
be
this
7 PM.
moment. It's a Copper TSD, the finals MVP. Career is only going to take off.
I like this.
There you go. Cheers to that.
All right, y'all.
Whoop, whoop. Here we go.
Oh, I do see team hold in there. It did work when I sorry. Oh my god.
It's not going to happen. There you go.
Yeah.
Congrats, Top Shot
Top Shot
Tesla.
Tesla. I know you've been around here a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You're a name I recognize and a team hold regular.
All right.
Just public service announcement for everyone. That does not mean I know your Top Shot name. So please still message us just to confirm. Even if you're in the chat and you're like, yes, it's the same, it's this. I can write it down. But if I don't confirm receipt of your Top Shot name right now, please send us a message. I promise I'll send it. We'll send it right away. I actually think Mike may have this one in his account, right?
Yes, I think so.
So we'll make sure that gets it. You can even message
Yep.
Mike and he'll let us know that that was taken care of. But yeah, make sure you message us for giveaways. Is that?
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
I'll add
You have one?
my I got one. I opened an Anthony Edwards 3. I already had one. Let's give it away to someone because we have a good crew here. So
All right.
let's do that.
Here we go. Drawing again.
Drawing again. Let's go. Jay
Blaze 23.
Blaze. Jay Blaze
Congratulations.
has also been in those streets for a long time and absolutely deserves it. All right. DM me for the Anthony Edwards Twitter or in the Discord land. Kelsey, is there any parting thoughts? Any advice to give for folks?
I would say be prepared to tune in to the WNBA draft on Monday, April 11th.
Yep.
If you plan on hopefully I think too, like if you want Top Shot to do flash challenges and really pump those WNBA moments, you got to show them you're interested. To just, help get those viewership numbers up. I know that NCAA Women's Final Four game was the most viewed since I think
Hmm.
like 2004, they said.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, support in that way too, so that these other brands and companies think it's worthwhile. Because then I think they will do more for us. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I do see that. I do see that happening anyway. There's not a whole lot going on between, you know, June and
Are we gonna live stream during the draft? Is that the
ooh, we
question?
probably should. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll align schedules.
Um,
If we don't, the
we'll do a
season
full
is
recap.
season is under or almost under a month away. We're gonna
Yeah.
have daily fantasy sports coverage. We're gonna have the season long fantasy. Holy shit, we got season long fantasy coming up. I got ideas for a wheel.
We have
We're
we have
gonna
some great
integrate
wheel
the wheel.
content
We're
coming
gonna
at
have
you
wheel
soon.
content. We'll do
I
the
might
season
fire
long.
off my expansion takes
Yep.
shortly here.
We have
Um,
in the left-hand corner of our little banner here, we have this cute little logo that we fired up in Adobe. And we have for a long time, Kelsey and I have talked about like giving this person a name, and we're going to need your help to do it.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And everything related to the W. When we get flash challenges, when we get moment ranks, daily fantasy sports, it's happening. It's gonna be us for it, and I could not be more excited for it to happen.
Yeah, lots coming up.
Yeah.
Lots coming up that we need to get together in the next month. I forgot. We gotta make some wheels.
Kelsey, you're going out to Vegas for the summer league?
So, no, my bachelorette is gonna be the first weekend of summer league, and then the second weekend, I was supposed to be working, and kinda watching the kids through the weekend, but I think some
Hmm.
plans have changed there, but I will be kind of traveling, I think, right before that,
Yeah.
so, I don't know if it would work out that I could make it to summer league. If there's a way for me to do that, I would love to be there, um, so I'm gonna see what I can do, but right now, I do not think so.
I, I am on
So
the
I
I'm on the
definitely won't
probably
be there
not
on the
train.
6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you should definitely go, and you should
Absolutely go.
let us know how it is. You should, yeah,
Bring a
definitely
bear
go.
suit. Yeah.
I will be at
Make
the
it
Liberty
happen.
game on May 6th. I'll be at the Liberty opener,
Oh,
in
hell
New
yeah.
York. So if
Great.
anyone else is in New York City and wanna go, yes, Mike is going to say. Although Mike will have all of you, so I guess not. Does that count?
It's not stag when you're surrounded by the ones you love.
Yeah, right.
I guess.
And
I don't
with
know.
that,
That sounds right.
we will we will see you all next time. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening, and we will
Bye,
be
folks.
back soon. Night, everyone.